Hello, this is Berzinsky for Beardbrand Alliance. I'd like to grow a beard, but what? I'm going to give you the 5 reasons that I hear all the time from guys on why they won't grow a beard. Stay tuned. I run into people all the time, people I don't know. They say, hey, you're that guy from Beardbrand, or I've seen you on YouTube. Ran into a guy just today in the checkout store, was shocked to see it's Berzinsky. And he said, oh man, great beard. I'd like to grow a beard, but, and this is something I get all the time. People will come up to me and say, great beard, I'd love to grow a beard, but, and inevitably there are reasons why they think they can't grow a beard. I want to give you the 5 reasons that I hear all the time from guys and why they think they can't grow a beard and my response to each of those issues. I've tried it. I've gotten to the 30-day marker, November, no shave November, and it didn't look good, so I shaved it off. This happens a lot. Guys get to a 30-day period of time and think that's all the potential their beard has. And if I'm known for anything on the Beardbrand channel, it's the fact that you have to give your beard more than 30 days. I've said it day in and day out. It's a recurring mantra with me. You got to give the beard more than 30 days. And so I was that person. I, for several years, would grow my beard for 30 days. Didn't look good, shave it off. Try it again, grow it for 30 days, thinking it was going to get better. Got a little better, but it didn't really improve to the satisfaction I wanted. Shave it off. So to these people who say, hey, I've given it 30 days, it doesn't look good. Simple response, give it 60. Simple response, give it 3 months. Do it over the winter. November's a great time. You can have that beard over the winter. It's a great time to have a beard. It'll be warmer on your face. But at the end of that 60 or 90 days, you'll get a better idea of what your beard is really going to look like. And at that point, you can decide whether you're going to keep the beard or not. So for those people who say, I just don't think it looks good after 30 days, give it 60, give it 90, and then revisit. We'll talk then. I hear this a lot. Greg, I'd like to grow a beard, but my job. Now this is one that has some validity in terms of jobs. But when they say I'm in construction, it depends on what kind of job you're in, but I don't think I've met a construction guy who doesn't have a beard. Or I'm in food service. I did a video on that. There's hairnets for that. There are a lot of jobs where people think, I can't have a beard, like I'm in medicine. Doctors wear beards. You wear a mask when you're in surgery. That's not an issue. And actually there's some research that actually says that beards can actually be safer in the medical profession. So there are a lot of professions that people think you can't have a beard, but in reality you can. A lot of them have to do with business. I can't have a beard. I won't be seen as a professional. And to that I just say, this guy. I am an architect by day, YouTuber by night, but I'm an architect and I've been able to have a beard. I've had it with short hair, I've had it with long hair, but I've had a short beard and a long beard, and I've been able to do that. And people, a lot of people don't know that I make these videos. I often am able to talk about it, but I have a beard. And so I'm in a profession where, do you see guys with beards all the time? No, but more and more you're able to see guys with beards. So I would say almost every profession you can have a beard. We did a couple series on professions where you don't normally think of guys having a beard. Pastor Ian here, big beard. You don't think he should or he could have a beard? He has a beard. I've had a model on here who typically, models are a lot of times clean shaved. He has a beard. So there are professions where you don't think you have a beard, but there's no reason you can't. Now, there are professions where you really can't have a beard, and a lot of those have to do with either law enforcement or military. And in law enforcement in the United States, I'm going to use Philadelphia for example, you can have a mustache. It has to be short, no more than the side of your lip, so you could never have a curl, and it has to be less than 1/4 of an inch. There are, in the military, clean shaven, and a lot of this has to do with I think there's a perception of respect, but I think a lot of it, from what I've read, has to do with being able to wear a respirator. So this goes with firefighters and a lot of people who might have to wear a respirator, so in the military, and in firework, and also in any kind of police work. Wearing a respirator, you're not going to get the seal on your face with hair on your face. So there are legitimate professions where you can't wear a beard. They're making more and more exceptions for religious reasons for people, especially in the Philadelphia police force. You're seeing more guys who are able to wear a short beard because of a religious conviction. Those are few and far in between. But for the most part, most guys in the military or in law enforcement don't have beards. But there aren't many professions where that is true. In almost every profession, you can have a beard. So to the guys who say, I can't have a beard because of my job, I'm not buying it. Grow the beard, keep it neat, keep it tidy. And that's an important thing to do. This would be a case where, my mantra has always been, let your beard go for the 30, 60, 90 days without trimming or cutting. But if you're worried about your beard looking respectable in a profession where you look around, not a lot of guys have beards, keep your cheeks lined, keep your neck neat as your beard fills in a little bit. That would be one way to actually gradually get into having a beard in those kind of professions. But for the most part, you can have a beard in almost every profession. So, Greg, I can't have a beard because of my job. You can. So you finally, you grew a beard, and you had a beard when you were young, so you were a little older, and when you were young you had a beard, and as you've gotten older you've become smooth-faced, and you shave often, and then you look back and you say, hey, I want to try it. I look around and I see a lot of guys sporting beards, and I'm going to give it a try. But you say, oh my gosh, my hair is gray now. Now I'm going to grow a beard. A lot of guys actually say when they grow a beard, they look older. And this happens to young guys. You grow a beard, you do look more mature. It is associated with maturity, it's associated with having a little more years, and it's not associated with being very young. And so you can look slightly older when you have a beard. When you're older and grow a beard, you can look older, but when you have gray hair, or white hair, or silver hair, and you grow a beard, you can definitely look older. So this is one where I actually, these guys say, I'd like to grow a beard, but I'm afraid I'll look old. I, once again, point to myself. And I'm like, hey, I'd rather look cool. Maybe I look a little older. Hey, I shave my beard. A lot of people say I look younger, but I don't care. It's not about youth to me. I want to look generally my age. I want to look good. It's not even looking good for my age. I just want to look good. And I think for the most part, having a beard, having facial hair on a lot of people, and especially as you get older, having a beard can actually remedy weakness in chin or in neck. Being an older man and having a beard can actually help to make you, I actually think, look stronger than not having the beard. So those guys who say, I'd like to have a beard, but it's coming in gray, grow a beard. You can do it. So once you grow a beard, probably the majority of guys have experienced this. I'd like to grow a beard, but I've heard about the itch. Or I've grown a beard for like 3 weeks and I couldn't get past the itch. And there's a lot of reasons why you might have itch related to growing a beard. Some of it has to do with the hairs pushing through the skin. Some of it has to do, and I think for the most part, with what you're doing in terms of cleanliness on your face. When you don't have a beard, you're used to washing your face maybe once, twice a day, often, maybe with a washcloth, vigorously with your hands. And as you get a beard, and as your beard gets longer, a lot of guys will not wash as much. I think it's important when your beard is coming in those early weeks, say week 2 or 3, when you start noticing some itch, that you keep your beard clean. I've also noticed that in my own case, and I've heard this from other guys also, that you must make sure that you're rinsing out all the soap, all the shampoo, all the beard wash, and all the conditioner, if you have itch, in your beard. So making sure that you don't have a residue of product on your skin will actually help to alleviate itch. And there's things you can also do. You can put Aquaphor, there are lotions you can put on your face, and you want to make sure that there's no medical reason why you have itch, but most of it has to do with just the new process of growing hair and also making sure that your skin is clean. So that one is like, I'd like to grow a beard, but I've heard about the itch. You got to just power through that, because you don't hear any guy say past 1 month that they have any itch related to their beard. So that one is, I'm going to say, man up. You just get past that phase, do those remedies that I talked about, but I think you can get past that, and you can do that. One of the reasons also, and my fifth reason actually, is probably the one that a lot of guys wrestle with. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram, and a lot of people send me notes saying, hey, I'd like to grow a beard. I grow a beard, and I take a significant amount of flack from people at work, or my family ridicules me, or my mother is like having a heart attack because I have a beard. And so there's a certain amount of peer pressure. There's a certain amount of pressure that you might get from family members, work associates, from people who generally don't have beards, onto why you are growing a beard. And in a lot of those cases, ultimately you have to be pleased with yourself. You're the one who has to be happy. You're the one who has to feel that you're looking good with that beard and that you want one. And so you got to power through that. I think your friends, actually, if they're really good friends, you can actually tell them to, hey, silence, stop this. You're not helping. I'm growing a beard. Just leave me alone. In all due respect to mom, it's your face, and you might disappoint your mom, but in the end, it's you that has to be happy with this. There's one case where I think this is touchy in a lot of situations where you are in a relationship and your spouse is not into beards, and suddenly you want a beard, and it might be shocking for her to see you with a beard for the first time and maybe not like the feel of it to the touch. And that's something I think you can talk about in terms of negotiating your beard. A lot of times I actually say with guys who are getting some feedback that's not positive from a spouse, is to say, hey, let's set a goal. I'm going to try this for 45 days. I'm going to try growing a beard, and let's see how you think about it. Let's see how you think it really looks. And that's where you can actually start negotiating your beard or not. That would be one case where I would say, it's important to actually take into consideration a spouse. My kids, when I first grew my beard, they were like, hey, Dad, you look 30 years older. You used to look like my older brother. Suddenly you look like Grandpa. And I'm like, okay, silence you. My wife, I think it's common knowledge that she wasn't crazy about me growing beard. She has actually grown to like it. I realize that she likes it generally shorter. This is probably erring on the side of getting a little long for her, but she actually respects the fact that I keep it very well groomed, very clean, and that, so she's actually grown to like it. But it took some negotiation. But my wife is also the kind of woman who's not going to tell me what to do. I'm not going to talk about your relationships with your spouses, but I get some freedom to do something to my face, just as she gets the freedom to do something to her hair. That I'm not going to tell her not to do something. So maybe you can just work on that by negotiation. So those are my 5 reasons that I hear pretty routinely from guys who say, I'd like to grow a beard, but. So what reasons do you hear, or what reasons do you give yourself? There's a lot of people who are watching these videos who haven't started growing a beard yet, or who are thinking about it. And I might have touched on one of those reasons here. Are there other reasons that are preventing you from growing a beard? So let's erase that word, but, from your vocabulary, and just saying, I'd like to grow a beard, and here it goes. Until we meet again.
Dude, you want simplicity? Grab the styling balm. It's designed for your hair and your beard. It will give a satin finish with a medium hold. No, it's not a conditioning product. It's a styling product. Styling balm over at beardbrand.com.